Hi, how are you? This is Sylvia from Colorful Foresight. So today's topic is going to be on UFO sighting. Let's learn tarot. Which card represent UFO sighting? So I want to keep it a little light, but it's current event. So although this is nothing new, that recently NBCnews.com reported that the Defense Department had received 366 news report of UFO, or known as unidentified aerial phenomenon, since March 2021. And about half of them appear to be balloons or drones, according to the Offices of Director of National Intelligence. So that's a lot that they're admitting out loud. Over 300 since 2021, and it's happening more and more. So I guess it's just timing. It's just timing that this is supposed to happen. So when I shuffle the card, like what could represent UFO sighting? I got the Fool. And I'm like, oh. And then I looked up that the Fool, it could be an air element. Oh, that makes sense. UFO in the air. It's also a card about explore and discover and taking a leap of faith. So I thought that was interesting. So we have the Fool. The Fool is like the unknown, right? So that could represent UFO sighting. Let's see what other cards could represent that. I hope we have some friends that show up soon and they comment below what their cards, like what cards they got for UFO. If you weren't able to see it, if you weren't able to see this while live and you see it afterwards, just put in a comment what cards you got that represent UFO sightings. So we had the Fool, which makes sense, the air element. It's like exploring, discovering something we don't know about. I also got the Ten of Cups. A Ten of Cups, it's like a card about happy life, happy emotionally, fitting. It could be maybe like idealism. So maybe UFO sighting has something about the idealism about what is out there in the universe. That's the only thing I could think of. If you guys could think of anything else, how the Ten of Cups could represent UFO sighting, let me know. Comment. So another card that I got. Let's see. What's going to pop out? Are you shuffling the card while we're doing this? Another one that came out is the Eight of Pentacles. So here's like an offering. And if you look at it, think about it, doesn't that look like just peering out of the sky? It's a material thing. So when we actually see a UFO in the sky, that's not just some idea about there's something in the air. You're seeing with your eyes. So when Pentagon is saying the seeing on the screen, the satellite, it's just like it's appearing out of nowhere. But the physical, the actual physical, that's cool. I've never thought of that. Like if we just go by the visual of this card, UFO sighting, but it's material, it's physical, like the coin. It's not like a cup that's emotional or distorted mind. It's physical and an offering coming out of nowhere. That's pretty cool. So what else? Let's see. I want to do a different deck. This deck is the one I just showed you, called the Angel Tarot. I don't know who created it. I find it interesting it doesn't have the name on it. But anyway, this one we all know about, though. The Life There by Chris Ann. So let's use this visual. You know what? Maybe we'll make this a visual thing. Because sometimes you don't need to know the meaning of the cards. You could just use the pictures. and whatever comes out intuitively. So what's another card for UFO? Imagine, like, again, I said, we've heard that, there's been UFOs sighting and the government hiding. So the fact that the Pentagon and stuff had been open about it and admitting it shows that something's up, at least the next 10 years. And if any of you look up on Sterling Psychic Medium, he talked about they're going to start appearing more and more 2025. But it's not so much to be like, because they're already among us. Maybe you're a hybrid, you don't even know. Who knows? But it might be because of political news, protection and things like that. So I got the 7 sword. So I'm trying to think. 7 sword is something like somebody being sneaky. The only thing that came to mind is like the UFO, sometimes they want to be shown. But sometimes when you cast them, they kind of like sneak away. Like they get busted. So 7th sword, it's a mental thing, mental realm. I would say that because it's a sword and it's about, well, maybe because we were just talking about how the government has been open about it, but they've probably known about it for a long time. So that's like they've been kind of sneakily hiding it, and now they're like just, oh yeah, there's UFO in the sky. So for some reason they're able to share it. Must be maybe timing, or they got a threat. You better let us know. You better let the people know that we exist. I don't know. So the 7 of sword, I wouldn't thought for UFO, but I guess in context of the government hiding it or something like that, or to try and get away with, try and keep it under the wrap. That makes sense. So what else? Come on. Pop out. I like when the cards just popped out. I feel like more connection with my spirit guide, and when the card is just right that popped out, just give you that validation. As you guys know, right? So here's another card I'm picking out randomly. 9 of sword. Now it's interesting because we're going from like the Fool, which makes sense, something new, the unknown, maybe even. Then you got the 10 of cups, which is idealism about there's something out there in the universe. And then we have something, probably one of the best card I would think that I could use at the UFO, a physical manifestation from the sky. The coin is offering something. But then we start going what the negative aspect when we hear about UFOs, like the hiding, the secrets about it, right? And here's another like not so positive card, the fear that people may have about it. Maybe that's why they keep it under wrap. They thought maybe that's why Pentagon, and the likes are starting to say this just to get people, so people get comfortable with the idea of it. So you start hearing about it more and more. So it's not just coming out of nowhere. It's just maybe the next few years and stuff. So just mention it here and there because there's so many movies that they show fear stuff about it. And if you think about it, if we have challenges with diversity, then how are we going to get along with those universal friends that looks maybe blue, gray, green, or maybe they look like human, but like 8 feet tall. So they got to prepare us mentally. So the mind, so we don't freak the F out, right? The 9 of swords is usually, suffering, a suffering thing, like mentally, a worrier, anxiety, fear. That's pretty cool, guys, right? I love it. I love this Let's Learn Tarot segment. I just wish there were some people in the audience, but that's okay. My spirit guide keeps me company. Come on, card, pop out. Okay, you heard that? When the plop. 5 of coins. Oh, Angela's on. Hello, you. So, five of coins. Angela, today the topic is on UFO sightings. So, apparently, Pentagon is just admitting that there's been over 350 UFO sightings since 2021. So, I wanted to keep it light. So, that's the current event. That's kind of light. And the card I got with the Fool, which is the air element, something, new. And then we got the Ace of Pentacles. Have you been watching this or you just came in? So I don't have to explain myself. But tell me, have you been watching this or you just came in? Oh, she just liked the topic. Hello, I know you. You just came in. Okay. So yeah, the UFO stuff. So here, the pentacle, the coin, it's actual material. And it looked like it coming out. Yeah, it looked like coming out of the sky. So this could represent a UFO sighting. Think about it. It's like an offering, and the Fool is like the air element, like the UFO, and it's offering something physical. So the Pentagon actually, when they show on the news, it's the actual physical thing that's being shown. But then it starts getting negative. Here, the nine of Pentacle. Now, why would you have nine of Pentacle that represent UFO? Well, if we're talking about the government, they're preparing us. The next few years, they're going to prepare people get the idea or get comfortable of our universal friend. Because people are fearful of it. They got mentally prepare us. Now, here what I want your help on, Angela. The five of coins. So the five of coins, or if you have your card shuffle, let me know what you put. Yeah, like a manifestation of the universe with the Ace of Pentacles. Exactly. I'm going to pull up you on your screen. Wow, a physical offering with the Ace of Pentacles, like a manifestation of the universe. Exactly. But here's the five of coins. Five of coins is like someone who's like left out of the cold, but it can also be like somebody who's maybe spiritually need more trust in God and things like that. So the only thing I can think of is maybe it's like not only freak people out, but this idea like it's like a belief system thing, like, oh my God, I've been looking up to God. Who are this UFO? Like there's something more. And they might feel, you have any thoughts on that, Angela? So I'm going to hold that five of coin to the side and let people comment. Well, okay. Five of coins. I got the ten of sword. So it could be poverty of our belief. Yes, belief system. Which is funny because we got the nine of sword, like scared, anxiety, like especially something like unknown about that. And you got the five coin, which would support, wrong one. Five of coin that would support the ten of sword. So it could be poverty of our belief system. Absolutely. That's a good one. So I'm going to pull a few cards and you could continue. We're going to have Angela come up in the future. She's going to do one or two of these live with me. Because that way she could just show her cards. As you can see, she's a love and relationship coach. She has over 30 years of skills as a spiritual coach and much more. So the next card I'm picking up is the Page of Coins. Well, the Page of Coin is like, well, I'm going to just go by the image. Look at this interesting image over here. Somebody's up here. It's just the way the artist created this. But over here, it's like, there's people looking left or right and what's in front of them, but they're not looking up there. This, again, is a physical element that we're not seeing. We're not used to seeing things in the sky. The only thing we're used to seeing in the sky that material is like the plane, cloud, sun. Um, so they would never think to see a human or something other than a human in the plane. So that's what came to me in my head. It's like just more idea of people having to get used to that there are other things out there in the universe. The Page of Cup has also had many other meanings, but that's the only thing that came to me. This card came out as look at the image if you don't know what the card means. So interestingly, Angela said, so while I was pulling this card out with this funny image, she had a hangman reversed. So hangman is upside down, turn our world on its head. Funny, and this one's on its feet. Huh. But it would be like, wow. I mean, I would, even though I'm like, okay, yeah, there got to be universal friends. There got to be other things out there. Most people might even say that, or a lot. But to actually have it where it becomes like, the government reporting it and maybe even becoming the new normal, definitely going to be more of a new normal for a future generation, that would just definitely turn the world on its head, especially with certain people and their belief system, which we talked about with the 5 of coin and 10 of sword. I'm so glad we're doing something fun. It's a current event, but it's still fun. I was feeling a little under the weather. It's like I don't feel like doing the news stuff. So what else could represent UFO sighting or things of that nature? Oh, you hear it plop? Bloop. The 3 of Swords. Getting all these negative cards, it just goes to show that they're really aiming to prepare people. The idea of universal friend, and there are things outside just God. Besides God, there are other physical beings besides what we're used to on planet Earth. Although I'm not sure why it's like the 3 of Swords, so dramatic. I'm going to ask for clarity for that. Why I would never look at that card and be like, oh, that's a UFO sighting. The most I would get is the Ace of Cups for me. What I'm getting is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, is, if you could tell by the image here, it's like a researcher type. So why would that be heartbreaking for the researcher? Hold on, what did Angela have for us? Ooh, Jess came in. Hi, Jess. We were talking about what cards could represent UFO sighting. So I think this is going to go against a lot of what people have theories about what UFO is. We're going to learn a lot more than what we already don't know, not what we already know. And it's going to break heart for some reason because I think, again, going back to belief system, it's going to, bust a lot of our belief system, like the hangman upside down, it's going to, make people go upside down like the hangman, like whoosh. Jess, I'm happy you're here. You love. Gee, can I put you on the screen? Are you okay with that? Are you comfortable with me putting you up on the screen? Like you're... Okay, here we got Angela saying something. When you got the 3 of Swords, I got 9 Pentacle reverse and 6 of Cup. So here's the 3 of Swords. I got the 9 of Pentacle reverse and 6 of Cup. With Page Sword, I feel like our thoughts about what we want in life will change us. Yes, like as a researcher or what we already know or what we don't know. It definitely changed belief system. So here you got a Page of Swords, like a research, what you know in life. So the 9 of Pentacle reversed and 6 of Cup. Well, 9 of Pentacle is somebody who got it together. I would think if you have something that's new or something that blows off your mind, you may feel a little mess like, oh my God, what can I trust in life? What do I know? I guess for some people really would boggle them. And Sister Cup, it's because it's everything, it's like the past stuff, everything that we know in life. So it would go against everything that we ever known. Oh, no problem, Jess. Sit and enjoy. And if you want to shuffle some cards and pull out what could represent the UFO and put it in the comment. So that's really good, Angela. Did you get about the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Sister Cup? It will literally like blow out everything that they ever thought since they were little. So I'm going to ask the universe to, so this is why the UFO, that's what I'm getting, why they keep reporting it. They have to work on our belief system, work on us getting used to it. And the likes about what we trust in life. Absolutely. Because even though I know that universal friend, it still would be mind-boggling for me. You know, it's one thing to talk about it, to even see it in your mind intuitively, but to have it to be, it's a whole different thing. So I'm asking our spirit guide, I want more cards besides it's showing us scenarios about UFO sighting and why we're seeing on the news more. Now, as we've seen in a few cards, why we are being prepared. I would like more cards where when we do the tarot, I would be like, oh, this could be about UFO sighting. So the Fool, but the best one for me was the Ace of Coins. So let's ask for like not the scenario of why they're starting to report it so we could be ready as a collective, but as a learner of tarot, more tarot cards that could represent UFO sighting besides the Fool and the Ace of Coins. So let's see. I'm curious now. Let's use the Angel cards. We'll mix it up a little bit. The Angel card that I have is a little bit more like the Rider-Waite, which is more traditional. So we got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. So Amanda, hi Amanda, how are you? Amanda, do you mind if I pull you up on the screen and show it here? But if it's not, it's okay. I'll just read what you said. So let me know if you're okay with me pulling you up on the screen. Could you have your picture there? If not, just say, comment, leave in the comment. But Amanda said, I heard that they could use holograms to present a scary UFO experience to keep us afraid. Well, I hope not. Sure. Okay, she's cool with it. I heard they could use holograms to present a scary UFO experience to keep us afraid. I really hope not. I would think that UFO is really powerful. Although they wouldn't want us to, attack them. Hi, Sharon Stipe. We got people in the house here today. We shall see, Amanda. Because the truth is, there are reasons why we don't know about it already. So they're obviously covering it for a reason. Like fake war games. That's a whole different scenario. Tonight we're going to keep it on the positive. But, because a lot of movies that do stuff like that, they talk about, these scary UFO experiences and like fake war games, I wouldn't be surprised. So the Two of Wands, besides the Ace of Coins, because the Ace of Coins could be like an air element, and it's a manifestation being offered from the sky. The coin being physical, like a UFO. It's a physical thing in front of us. And then you have the Two of Wands, which I'm trying to think if you could tell me why the Two of Wands was just like somebody who like thinking about to create something. The UFO, the only thing I could think of, it looked like like a master who's holding the world in his hand. Kind of like, are there beings in the sky before they go down? They have a planet. See, oh, I get it. They have a planet in order to. They can't just show up. They have to prepare us again, because, like Amanda said, besides discernment, there are a lot of people who think what she just said. Hopefully the government is not going to do that. Discernment. Oh, sure. We got to use discernment in anything. So here I actually got like, oh, I could look at this, go, oh, okay. But instead of like seeing like the UFO, I feel like I'm seeing like the universal friend, ETs or whatever you call them, where they're looking down on planet Earth and they're preparing, because the 2 of Wands preparing card, they're preparing how to come up and present themselves on planet Earth to human beings. Could be talking to the government. It could also be like talking to us and do like videos like this. They can't just appear and show up. So what else we got, guys? Can you shuffle? Do you guys have tarot cards? Hi, Joan B. Joan B, we're doing UFO. Hi, Bora. So I'm gonna go on for like another 15 minutes or so. We're doing cards. You're gonna have to rewind and look from the beginning. But we've been picking up cards that what could represent UFO sighting, because it had been reported lately that there'd been over 350 UFO in the sky shown. Half of them are, they think, of drones or, like balloons. But why is it being reported more and more? Yeah, Amanda. That's what I would think. That would remind me of like the 2 of Wands, by the way. The 2 of Wands. Oh, not that one. We don't want that one shown. This is what I would think. See how compassionate they look? They even have wings in this case. These are a universal friend that's looking at planet Earth, planning how can we show up. And because they are the compassionate star brothers and star sisters. So I like these 2 so far, what we have, what could represent UFO sightings. So I know you guys, some of you have tarot card. Go get your deck. What do you got, Angela? What else do you have? She just pulled the Magician. Ooh, what do you get that means, Amanda? And I'll put it up on the screen. So this is fun. Like, what is a fun way to do current event and also learn about how that looked in the tarot card? Because we have so many great political intuitive, but let them do that. Let them like be the rock star of that. Yes, if ETs are planning how to show up, and they have to be compassionate for our limited belief system. Amen. This is them. So now when I look at this card, I can see them. Oh, there's a difference. This is actual. If I saw this, I'd be like, oh, somebody can see UFO, like the ship. But if I see this, I'm like, oh, we're seeing a universal friend, one of the ETs or whatever you call them. So the 2 different scenarios, but same thing. Okay, another card that fell out. The Strength. So I'm thinking this is us, like human beings, because in the Strength card, it's typically like a Beauty and the Beast card where the beauty was able to tame the beast, right? So the universal friend, and they're planning it, they have a plan, especially if they have the news report. Maybe they told the government, you better start preparing, because they have to tame our belief system, tame our fears, and things like that. Absolutely. Creating knowing of how much more there is to a multi-universe. Well, maybe that could be too. Like they would be educating us, right? They would strengthen our belief system, or not belief system, but an understanding about the multiverse. I mean, that would take a while. Like for the younger, they're going to be like, whatever. But for us, might be a little more different. As I said earlier, as much I'm open to the idea and I know they exist, once they start appearing, like in 3D or even right here, it's a whole different story. I still have to like get used to that idea. So, love and relationship, aka Angela. I got Queen of Pentacles when Amanda got Magician. So, managing our resources. Right, because the magician could mean many things, but it could be somebody who's good with managing resources, like various resources. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. Interesting. Thinking about how to survive and how to build confidence and trust. Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially because at Amanda, there probably are people, things out there that probably prevent us having trust in the divine being, compassionate being. Like that. Amanda liked that. She gave a kudo. I like this. It's so fun. Come on, guys. Pop out some tarot card. Put it in there. Put it in the comment. You just waiting for me to do it? Just me and Angela? I'm so happy you're here, Bora, Joan B, Amanda, Jess, and whoever else is looking. While we're on live or after. So we're going to start wrapping up. So probably another 5 minutes or so. So we don't have the video be too long. But what popped out? You know what's funny? This is the 5 of cups. 5 of coins. And earlier with a different deck, early in the middle of the video, we had the 5 of coins in a different deck. And we talked about how it's like somebody who lacking belief or somebody who goes in spirituality, but it's like if you have it's one thing to hear about UFO stuff or the idea of it, but once they come to be, it is like breaking through a lot of belief systems, especially if you're religious or you have certain ideas, even as an atheist. So again, it's popping up to validate again what Angela posted about how to survive and how to build confident trust, right? Because these people are like left out in the cold. So it doesn't have to be literal. It could be left out in the cold in everything that they ever thought of since they were young. Because earlier we had the card of Sister Cup. Sister Cup represent what we've known since childhood. I got the Death card after 5 of coins. She got the 5 of coins. Death card is like new beginning, but also anything. It's like the Phoenix. Anything we ever known, it's done. And that goes along with the 5 of coins. Also, sometimes the Death card, the rebirth, so it's like recovering or coming out of like all the belief system we had so we could like expand and think more broader. Specific question, Joan, is any cards that represent UFO. What happened is when we do Let's Learn Tarot, it's like let's shuffle the card and we're going to trust the spirit guide going to give us cards because maybe I have an idea that UFO would look a certain way on a tarot card, but they're going to show us in so many different ways how the UFO sighting could appear in most of the cards. So it's not so much a specific question. The question is, what tarot card can represent UFO sighting? So that's what we've been doing for the past 34 minutes. Hi, Jules. Hello, you. We're doing on UFO sighting. What tarot could represent? So what comes to your mind? Amanda, also connecting to our oneness for sure. I mean, talk about belief system. You're going really out there. It's like everything. It just compact everything. Oneness card. Kind of curious what would be a oneness card. I got an Ace of Swords, but I'm not sure that the oneness card. Jewel, okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Put what card could represent UFO sightings? What connect to our oneness? Jewel, if you can answer Angela's question. Funny, Jewel lived right by an active base. Hey, well, nuclear silos? Okay, once I did a reading about ET contact and I got judgment reversed. It was like a signal being broadcast from the earth into space. Well, definitely don't judge it or anything, any judgment you have about it. But you felt like a feeling about it, like being broadcast from earth into space. Well, judgment is usually looking up, right? In the cards, especially in tarot cards, it's always like they're looking up and the angels coming from the sky, right? And they look down, it's like judgment day. So it would be like the signal being broadcast. Well, it wouldn't be earth. Oh, it could be reversed. So it would be okay, judgment up regular would be something from the sky, signaling the earthling. Hello, coming from, but the reverse would be broadcast from earth into space. Interesting. Understanding that this 3D world is not the only game in town. Amen. Right? There's more than the little old us on planet Earth. Ooh, I see the other dimension. I love how ET literally are non-physical and physical. That's for sure. See, we're used to more of the non-physical ideas of ETs or UFO. Well, UFO is physical, but like this idea of other universal friends out there. Could it gotta be others. Multiverse, as Amanda said. Right. Trumpet with the top is from the bottom going up. I have eight. Oh, you got the eighth one. Jewel got the tower. Well, tower would be like surprising. Like not only surprising news or surprising revelation, but the mind, like right? It's like blow your mind out. Something totally different. Then the people were coming down from space. Maybe the hybrid, that's what come to me. I mean, and also maybe there are other beings that look like us that come from other universe. I mean, anything is possible. Ace of Wand. Oh, by the way, what come to mind, Joan? The reason why they did hybrid too, not only we already know they're among us. It might be our relative for all we know that don't even know. I mean, there's just so much that we don't know that's already here. Eighth of Wand, Amanda, what comes to your mind, like type in when it comes to universal UFO sighting? It blew my mind when I saw them during a fire outside 6 years ago and had never seen them ever since. They were like, hello, hello, hello. That's pretty cool, Jill. You know what's funny? I have seen them, I think, twice. Well, I experienced them 3 or 4 or 5 times, but it's too long. Maybe we'll do another video. We'll do another video on that, Ashley, about our experience of what we think is from UFO. At like upstate, it's like a countryside of New York, and 2 times I've seen something like it's the same spot, and I make sure there's any light thing down there or something. I never say anything to my family, like, yeah, whatever. So my mother had her friend come. She believes in that stuff. So I never said anything. So I was in my room and she comes in. She's like, oh my God, same spot where I was seeing at. So it's like where all the mountains are. So who knows? A lot of interdimensional being on Earth, right? Could you hear about that? They're in the water, they're in the mountain, they're in the ground. They could be living among us. They could be your neighbors for all we know. Maybe they're one of your spirit guides, right, Angela? I'm learning how to use playing cards. That's cool. I've done that in the past. I'm beginner to tarot, not sure, perhaps clear thinking. Well, just go by the image, Amanda. If you look at the image, does it inspire anything? They aren't always the same. Some are orbs, some are long sword like things. It's crazy. Right. So let's help out Amanda. We'll wrap that up. How could I know some of you are at least beginner to the Ace of Wand. We'll wrap it up with the Ace of Wand. I'm going to ask for clarity, so we're going to help Amanda out. Steadiness. Yeah, because it's like an opportunity bringing about steadiness. I'm going to ask for clarity. Angela has a spirit guide. One of them comes at the green orb, and she has a name for it. You have to look in the comment to find out what the name is. So Ace of Wand, divine. Let's wrap it up. How could the Ace of Wand represent UFO sighting for our friends in this group and whoever watched after? And if any of you want to pull out cards for that to wrap up, let me know. Well, Jewel, Amanda, you could just, start somewhere. Just go with pictures. So here, how funny to wrap up the Ace of Wand, right? What came up was the Seven of Cups. Now here, Seven Cup is like a person who had many opportunities. There's many different scenarios. Sometimes they have too many scenarios that they get confused. Or it's just about picking one choices. So Ace of Wand it's like there's too many things that we don't know about the things out there. So it would create some steadiness in a sense that it gives us more clarity about things that more than what we know on this planet Earth. Rather than all the scenarios, this conspiracy theory, this idea, it's just really concept. Until we actually experience them, then we know what the situation is. So it would bring some steadiness to it. That's your intuition, though. That's your intuition, Amanda, that you said that. Ace of Wand, steadiness sounds like it for me. She agrees. I got Two of Swords, so people see different sides. And Ace of Wand is keeping us focused on universal picture and humanity role. Ding, ding, ding. I love it. Love it. Love it. Totally. Otherwise, we just confused, like with all this idea or stuff we heard or what we see, what's real, what's not real. This is also a person who, it depends. Like each card has so many different meanings, and also you have to see how it relates. That's why it's different every time. But if we don't have that steadiness, that groundiness, and for some people, they start having illusion about ideas about life, especially when it comes to UFOs and universal friends. Woo! Yeah, I agree, Jewel. So good. It is so good. I'm having fun with you guys. Most of you ladies, so I keep calling you guys. I hope you don't mind that. I got the Chariot and the Two of Swords, so that goes with what Angela had, the Two of Swords. The Chariot's like a movement, like getting out of. Actually, a Two of Swords could also be like being blindfolded. It's like what's in front of you, but you don't want to see. So we'll get that moving, like unblinding the blindfold about this type of thing. The moon is the unknown. So that definitely could be part of the UFO. I would use that as a UFO sighting. That along with the Ace of Coins. And what was the other one? The Two of Wands. But the Two of Wands, I see it more as them looking down into the. And Jewel, to wrap it up for the night, I got the Temperament and the Four of Pentacles. Actually, my mind is blank, so if any of you could help me with that. What do you think that means, Jewel? I know you're a beginner, but anybody else that's on the Angela, what do you think the temperament? I'm actually going to shuffle the card to ask for clarity. Yes, we are blindfolded almost on purpose. Exactly. Yes, we are. Like we're prevented from knowing this. I don't know if we're prevented or timing. Who knows? Maybe they were the reason. I mean, they might, who knows, in past society. I mean, the earth is so old and there might have been other society on planet that they knew about this. And I guess at every 2,000 years or whatever, we know about it and we don't. It depends. That's what came to me. I'm getting like the Four Pentacles, like holding something in, like holding information in, like pentacle material. The Temperament, it's like balancing out what could be seen and unseen. Because the Temperament has 1 foot out and 1 foot in. So that could be, how much do we want to know? How much we hold in? Like what comes to mind is like the classified documents. Why something's being shown and why some things are not being shown. We need to get used to the idea slowly. Absolutely. That goes back to the beginning of the video. You'll see that I got it twice with 2 different decks. Angela got it. The 5 of Coins. The 5 of Coins is about belief system. Like, what do you look up as your God? Hey, you guys are coming out with info. I love it. 4 of Pentacles, our focus on lack. And Temperament is patient with humanity addition to thinking small. Yeah, take it slow. Going with what Joan said. Temperament, we need to get used to the idea. Absolutely. That's why they probably, the Pentagon is slowly, like now there are 355 UFO sightings in 2021. Meanwhile, they've known about it for how long? So it's just, they're preparing. Like the 2 of Wands, like even the universal friend, like how can we prepare our human friend? Traveling to the spiritual world, universe. Four Pentacle, people who know aren't sharing or aren't supposed to share yet. Yeah, because they either don't, afraid they're going to think people are crazy, or they're afraid. They're afraid for 2 reasons. Either they're going to be thought they're crazy, or maybe people trying to not have them say anything. Like we know a lot of like Stephen Greer, those type of people. He's like a big UFO guy on YouTube. He talked about it a lot. 4P, controlling and sharing, a delicate journey. Right, like holding on to things. So it's like, miser. I think the miser card, like just like anybody, like how we hold on to things and how we let go. And then Temperament would be like the balance of it, right? Ooh, Jewel pulled out the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. And what did you get? Thank you, for Amanda, for contributing too. So once Jewel pulled out the card and shared, we're going to close it up. I had fun, guys. So I'm going to do this every Thursday, or at least most Thursday night at 9 p.m. And we're going to have different topics. Always about current event and a theme. So like the theme for tonight with UFO. And the current event was about the government, the U.S. government, telling us that there had been more UFO sightings. She got the tower again, Jewel, to wrap it up. Well, again, going with the news, they're definitely preparing us so we don't go crazy like, wow, tower, like shocking, you know, breaking news, like shocking, breaking news. ETs show up on White House, which they probably have, and they're having a meeting with Biden, and they're going to have a press conference with human beings. Wouldn't that be like shocking? That would be, even for me, I'd be like, oh my God. And then you have world leaders from Australia, and all these world leaders get together, the NATO people, right? And they probably have already. I'm just, and they actually show press conference on the news. That would be shocking. So that would be fun. All right, we're gonna end this. And Angela just got the Fool, which on the thumbnail I have the Fool on it, and the Fool, the air element. Also, it is like somebody discovering new. Like we're gonna be like a child learning something new about our universe. Right, Joan? Well, you guys doing pretty good considering you're on the phone. So you did well. Alrighty, ladies, take care. I'm gonna shut it down. Thank you. You made it really interesting for us tonight by showing up and contributing. Take care. Thank you. Please like, subscribe. Well, obviously you guys subscribe because you're in the chat room. Bye, Joan.